Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and today we got something really special for you. Now, for those of you who might be new to the channel, my name is Guy. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to my book review series. As part of the series, my aim is to give you a brief overview of some of the books that I've read over the last few years. For each video, I'll give you a quick summary of each book, some of my feelings and impressions about each book, who I think should read the book and why, the kind of impact that the book has had on me and my own personal development, and also some of my favorite quotes from the book. So with that, let's get into it. The book we're reviewing today is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Now, I gotta tell you guys something before we get started. This book here is quite a heavy read. The material is quite dense, not only in size, but in complexity of the information that you can get from this book, although I highlighted just about every single page on that book. But after some time, the information started to make a lot more sense to me, because now I was able to relate it and connect it back to my own experiences and from also reading other books. So I should probably warn you, this is definitely the type of book that you might need to read multiple times to really fully understand the ideas and to make sure the information actually sticks. But from my case, writing and talking about some of the ideas that I got from the book really helped me build a better understanding and overall better comprehension of some of the information that Stephen is trying to say. Here's a quick summary of the book. The book is about the type of habits that some of the most successful, effective people have implemented within their lives. The book is designed to help an individual develop some essential life skills to be better leaders, improve their financial situation, and work on their personal relationships. All these skills and mindsets are encompassed around 7 habits that Stephen describes and expands on that work in unison to help you be as effective as possible in all areas of your life. Some of my thoughts and impressions. Now, understand this. I read this book late last year, but it was only until earlier this year where I wrote a proper review on it. And like I said earlier, it really took me some time to really understand and fully grasp some of the ideas from the book, but this is roughly where my mind was. I felt as though I've been able to develop and grow on these habits ever since I read the book. At the time of reading the book, I felt as though I lacked a comprehensive understanding of some of the 7 ideas and how they're important in the current world that we're living in. But it all started to make a lot more sense to me, knowing the type of person I am, where I am today, and the type of person I want to be in the future. Currently, looking back on it, I felt as though I've been able to make significant growth as a person ever since. I have a much better understanding of the 7 habits. And why is that? Well, because now I feel as though I'm actually living them, because now they've become a really strong part of my identity and they're well embedded within my psyche. Now, who should read this book? Now, with this part, I always try to be as specific as possible. And with that, I think this is a great book for those who are trying to develop leadership skills, whether that be in business or in their relationships, or even with themselves, with their own health and well-being. You get to understand the necessities and also what differentiates those that excel within these areas and how it relates back to you. Some of the impact that the book has had on me. Looking back on the 7 habits, I definitely have a better grasp of some of the ideas and how it relates to each habit, and also continue to find ways to grow in each area as a way to develop personally. At the time of reading the book, I definitely lacked in all areas or all of the 7 habits, but now I've noticed how some of my ideas and mindset has shifted since. I've been trying to apply some of the habits more regularly in all areas of my life. Within my career and educational pursuits, within my relationships, family and friends, and with my own health and well-being. As a result, I've been able to develop various skills, from actively working on myself, knowing exactly what I want to achieve, and understanding the necessary steps that I need in place to help me get there. And by knowing and understanding some of those steps, I'm able to better prioritize my time and be as effective as possible. Some of my favorite quotes from the book. Now, for those of you who might be interested, this is my most highlighted book on my Kindle with over 400 different highlights. Now, I've listed quite a few different ones as part of my own personal review, but for the purpose of just this video, here are a few of my favorite quotes. Dependent people need others to get what they want. Independent people can get what they want through their own effort. Interdependent people combine their own efforts with the efforts of others to achieve their greatest success. Principals don't react to anything. They don't get mad and treat us differently. They won't divorce us or run away with our best friend. They aren't out to get us. They can't pave our way with shortcuts and quick fixes. They don't depend on the behavior of others, the environment, or the current fad for their validity. Principles don't die. Most people say their main fault is a lack of discipline. On deeper thought, I believe that is not the case. The basic problem is that their priorities have not become deeply planted in their hearts and minds. They haven't really internalized habit too. The key is to genuinely seek the welfare of the individual, to listen with empathy, to let the person get to the problem and the solution at his own pace and time. Layer upon layer, it's like peeling an onion until you get to the soft inner core. Most of our mental development and study discipline comes through formal education. But as soon as we leave the external discipline of school, many of us let our minds atrophy. We don't do any more serious reading. We don't explore new subjects in any real depth outside our action fields. We don't think analytically. We don't write, at least not critically or in a way that tests our ability to express ourselves in distilled, clear, and concise language. Instead, we spend our time watching TV. So with that, you're probably wondering what the 7 habits are. The 7 habits of highly effective people are: number 1, be proactive. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Number 3, put first things first. Number 4, think win-win. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Number 6, synergize. Number 7, sharpen the saw. And what does Stephen say about the 7 habits? Stephen says, the 7 habits of highly effective people embody many of the fundamental principles of human effectiveness. These habits are basic, they are primary, they represent the internalization of correct principles upon which enduring happiness and success are based. And that's quite a lot to take in, but that's the book review done. That's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. As always, let me know what you think of the book. Have you read it? How has it impacted you in any way? I want to know your thoughts and ideas. And also, let me know what you think of the video. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. And is there anything you'd like to see in future videos? Let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. And also, while you're at it, why don't you go check out some of my other videos on the channel and some of my other book reviews. And with that, I'm out of here. So I'll see you guys on the next one.